Hi, this is Kevin Boyle and Andrew Harvey from Explosive Performance. What we're here to do today is take you through a 5-minute simple warm-up for ACL injury prevention for soccer players. This is a question we get asked all the time: how can we strengthen our athletes in the limited time that we have? And your focus should really be, if I do 5 to 10 minutes every single practice for an entire year, imagine how powerful that would be for my athletes' development and injury prevention. So the first thing we're going to start off with is some muscle release on their calves. And right here we're using a medicine ball, but that's just to show you can use their own soccer balls. Andrew's going to be kind of rolling around in that, and this is just a self-massage. Soccer players have really tight calves. We tend to bounce on our toes all the time when we're playing soccer. And think about what that does to your alignment of the rest of your body. If my calf is tight and I go to plant and change directions, I'm going to be in an unstable surface, possibly have my heel lifted, and put my knee over my toe. Whereas if I have good ankle mobility, which is what we're working on here, then I can get into that proper cutting and loading position to push off. And most ACL injuries happen on jumps and landings and change of direction. So Andrew's demonstrating how we can do that with the ball. We have other implements that we can use, foam rollers, right? You might not have access to those. Ideal situation, you have something like a yoga block where you can get some more leverage on the calf, and instead of moving and massaging around like we were with the ball, we're going to put Andrew where the calf is right on top of that tennis ball, and we're going to have him cross his leg over at the ankle, and instead of moving around, he's just going to sit there and he's going to raise his toe up and down. Okay, so he's basically pinning the muscle down, right? Pinning that point of the muscle, and now creating some range of motion, right? And if they have tight calves, this is going to hurt quite a bit, but it improves circulation, it creates range of motion in the muscle, right? And it feels pretty good and helps with recovery, okay? So we'll start with that, both legs. We'll pretend he did both legs, and then he's moving on, and we'll go on to a stretch now. So we've kind of massaged and loosened up the muscle, now we want to lengthen it, right? Create that range of motion that we need to play our sport, right? Cut and land and jump properly. So he's going to do what we call the 3-legged dog, right? He's going to take his knee to his chest in a push-up position. So let's start a little bit further out into your push-up position. I want you to bring your knee into your chest, okay? And shift all his weight onto his hands. So even more, yep. So right here, his abs are working hard, okay? It's kind of like a bridge position. This is not the stretch. Now I'm going to have him reach his leg up back behind him, and he's going to pivot and put all his weight on his back foot, okay? He's trying to raise that top leg as high as he can. The higher he raises it, the more of a stretch he gets. And Andrew's feeling this for sure. He definitely wants to get out of this position. He's going to take knee to chest again. About a 2 or 3 second hold. That's all we need. Okay, go back. 1, 2. Good. Pivot forward again. Knee to chest. And we're going to do this for about 4 or 5 reps, somewhere in there. And we're doing it for repetitions. Usually we think of stretching. The kids are kind of just sitting there and stretching casually, and it takes about a minute. This is one where he's trying to get his heel close to the ground every time. Go ahead and switch sides. Okay, he pivots forward, he uses his core, right, and then he pivots back, putting that stretch on, and you see his heel getting lower to the ground, hopefully every single time he does a repetition. Let's do one more, Andy. Good, relax, okay? So we'll go from that, and he's already started to warm up a little bit, because again, it's an active stretch, it's not a passive stretch where he's laying there having someone stretch him out, right? And now we're going to do some muscle activation. This is where we're trying to turn on those stabilizing muscles in his body. Right? And the main thing we miss as soccer players is hamstrings and glutes. Very overdeveloped in our quads and hip flexors from running and kicking. So we're going to start with a glute bridge. Go ahead and flip on your back, Andrew. You want their feet a little bit out from under them. The closer their feet are under their bodies, the more they're going to be able to use their quads and kind of kick themselves up rather than pressing themselves up using their glutes and hamstrings. I want his toes off the ground so those are lifted so he can dig into his heels. And this is the position I want when I sprint anyway. And again, I'm actively creating ankle mobility. Right? Go ahead and drive your hips up. This is a basic glute bridge. He's using 2 legs. His feet should be pretty close together, knees close together, where they're not flaring out to the sides. Right? And he's turning on those muscles in the back of his body. Basic first exercise is just a static hold like this, where we build some muscle endurance. If I want to make this more challenging, I'm going to have him walk his feet out a little further. So go ahead and walk him out, Andrew. Keep coming, there we go. Now these legs there's less of a bend in them, there's a lot more strain in those hamstrings. You feeling this? Alright, and I can add some motion to this. Drop your butt to the ground, drive up as high as you can. Okay, one more. Let's make it even tougher now. Bring the feet together, all the way together. Alright, lift up. Single leg. Lift one leg off the ground, drop your butt to the ground, and drive back up. Good, butt to the ground, and back up. Relax. okay? Your athletes may not be able to do that first day. Relax. Let's go on your side. Okay, and he's going to demonstrate a basic side bridge or side plank. Okay, go ahead and pop up. When we're cutting and changing directions, if my body is not under control and I have a weak core strength, if someone pushes me or just the momentum of my body moving this way and then wanting to change directions, I'm going to get my body weight out over my leg that drives my knee to the inside, and I may have an issue with my knee. I may tear up my ACL. Right? So we're going to try and create some core stability so that our athletes move, right, more like a strong athlete, less like a wet noodle. Right? So right here he's just holding this bridge position. So this is a basic form. If they can't do this properly with this kind of alignment, then we can switch into their knees. So we're going to regress the drill. Let's go to your knees. Bend your knees back behind you. Knees extended. All right? This is a lot less. Okay? And you're strong, so we're gonna progress into a more challenging exercise. Let's go legs straight, hips up, put the hand behind the head, and I want you to reach down, touch your elbow to the ground. So we're adding some rotation with this. He still has to stabilize and hold up strong. Give me 2 of those. Okay, let's put the hand on the hip, drop the hip to the floor and rest. Raise it back up, raise the top leg. Good, set the leg down and back to the floor. That's 1 repetition. We can do 10 rounds of that. Okay? Obviously, we do this both sides, right? But we're going to move on to the front now. We want to train around it. Of course, we're going to do a plank or a front bridge. Okay? Let's go palms down. All right? Go ahead and lift up. Now, from here, I want to see that flat back. All right? I want to see him squeezing his glutes. All right? That he's engaging those muscles. And that his chest is over his elbows. All right? And you kind of pivot back and show me the cheating bridge with your butt up in the air. Right? So this is what we don't want to see. The chest is way back behind the elbows and the butt's up in the air. This is now a shoulder and calf exercise and not a core exercise. Pivot forward, get your chest over your forearms more. Okay, right there, squeezing those glutes, looking straight at the ground, so not straining our neck. And this is a good bridge position. Okay, and there's many variations on that, but we'll move on here from the core activation. Okay, go ahead, relax. Good, go ahead and stand up. Now we're going to move on. We're going to we've turned on the right muscles, we've loosened the lower leg muscles, create some range of motion in the ankle. Now we want to get into some squats, jumps, landings, and single leg activities. Okay, so, and can you face the camera real quick? Okay, and we're going to do a body weight squat to start off with. Right, and we're going to do this with the arms kind of out in front so that he feels comfortable to really sit his hips back. Right, and start using his hips, his hamstrings, his glutes for that squat. Okay, come back up. Let's go to parallel. Okay, go ahead and up. Good. Take your time coming down. Good, hold the bottom. If I want to build some muscle endurance, I'm going to have him hold that position. Go ahead and stand up. Okay, to make that more challenging, we can switch to a single leg. So I want you to go just 1 leg there. Okay, the other leg is right next to, his foot is right next to each other. We call this a shadow squat because his left leg is shadowing the right. Go ahead and squat. Arms are out, hips are back. Okay, and he's standing up. This is one, go ahead. This is one where I'm going to have to coach a little bit. So I might put my hand in the way here, all right, so that his knee doesn't go forward over his toes. That's good. Okay? Or I'm going to have the athletes help each other out. One person go, one person spot them. Right? But this is one thing where we have to have perfect reps. If it's not a perfect rep, then they're reinforcing that knee over toe position, that quad dominance, and they're not building up these muscles in the back. All right? From there, we can work on some, we've done our single leg squats for some balance and strength. We can go to some plyometrics or some jumps and landings. I can't jump, right? If I can't land, then I don't want to be jumping as high as I can. So we're going to focus on landings first. So Andrew's got his arms over his head. When I say go, he's going to drop down as fast as he can into a good ready position. All right? Not a full squat, just right about halfway down, ready to move. All right? Ready? And drop. Good. Stand up. Ready. Up tall and jump. Good. Relax. Okay? And I'm seeing his hips are going back again. He's not doing the limbo where he's landing like this. Okay? Alright, so if he did great with that, we can try a 2-foot start and land on 1 leg. So he's going to drop on the 1 leg. Right? So let's drop on your right leg. Up tall. Ready to drop. And he's got to stabilize there. Excellent. Good. Stand up. And drop. Good. Let's switch legs. Do 2 more on your own. Okay? Most ACL injuries happen during deceleration. So starting and stopping or landing, okay? So stopping my momentum going 1 direction. So we want to get really good at this, okay? So if he can do that, then I'm confident that he can do a jump. So let's say we got a couple reps into that. I want you to squat down. So we're going to drop and squat and hold. And then I'll tell you to go and you're going to jump again. So you're going to hold the bottom and then finish at the bottom. Okay, ready? Up tall first. I'll say when to drop. Ready, drop. Hold and go. And land.
that pause gives me a chance to coach him up on form and technique. Okay, let's see, he did a great job with that. Let's go one leg to one leg. So he's going to start his right leg and land on the same leg. Okay, we're going to do the drop and then jump just like we did before. Ready? Drop. Go. And relax. Okay, all right? He's going to get better every rep the more he does. Let's do the other side. Left leg, same thing. One more time. Drop. Go. And hold. Good. Relax. Okay? Now, it's going to be even more challenging if I go one leg to the other. So we're going to do a lateral bound now. Okay? And we're going to do the full counter movement. So on this one, he's not going to pause. He's going to drop down, push out, and land and stick the landing. So start on your left leg, standing up tall. When I say go, you're going to jump out to the right and land your right foot and stick the landing. Ready? Go. Drop and hold. Good. Stand up. Give him a chance to relax. Rebalance. Right leg only. Stand up tall. Ready? Go. Drop and push. Hold. Relax. So that's a quick warm-up. If you take out the explanation and the variations that I gave, you can see how you can easily accomplish that in 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning of your workout. Your athletes are going to feel better, they're going to function better, and we've actually gotten in some performance aspects to their training, right? Where they've done some plyometrics, they've done some jumps and landings. So again, Kevin Boyle, Andrew Harvey from Explosive Performance. Thank you very much.
Thanks.